Hey guys, this is the Essential Johnny Country here. So here's what I know all about the show, my favorite show, Mrs. Brown's Boys. So this is all the information I know about it. Mrs. Brown's Boys is a television show sitcom created by and starring Irishman Brendan O'Carroll and produced in the United Kingdom by BBC Scotland in partnership with Box, Pix, and RTE. O'Carroll himself plays his drag persona Agnes Brown, with several close friends and family members making up the rest of the cast. The show adopts an informal production style where production mistakes and rating success in both Ireland. Tomfoolery mostly instigated by O'Carroll and edited into each episode, despite being lambasted by critics, and the show has become a rating success in both Ireland, where it is set, and Britain, where it is recorded, is also gaining increasingly higher ratings in Australia, New Zealand, and Canada. The show has won numerous awards. Mrs. Brown's Boys was developed from O'Carroll's working going back to the early 1990s. The character Agnes Brown first appeared in stage plays, radio plays, books, and straight to DVD films. For the sitcom, the spelling of Agnes' surname was shortened from Brownie to Brown. A show has continued to run, and during March 2014, it toured Australia. A feature film, and Mrs. Brown's Boys, the movie, was released on June 27th, June 2014. The original radio play version, Mrs. Brownie's Boys, the E was later dropped, appeared first on the Irish radio station RTE 2FM in 1992. Then in series of books written by Brendan O'Carroll from the mid-1990s onwards, the books entitled The Mummy and the Chiselers, The Granny and the Young One, we first published in Ireland before being made available in the United Kingdom. In 1999, The Mummy was adapted into a film titled Agnes Brownie, with Angelica Houston playing the title character. Following the film success, O'Carroll wrote a series of stories adapted from the books in which he played Mrs. Brownie, now spelled Brown, and cast the rest of the family, including many of his own relatives, as characters. A series of 7 film-like adaptations was made and went straight to DVD release, originally officially just for Ireland, and since released via Universal Pictures as Mrs. Brown's Boys, the original series. In turn, with these 7 straight-to-video features were released over the next few years, they would also become adapted into the 7 stage plays later performed in rotation on the various tours, originally just in Ireland. During this time, O'Carroll took the show on the road, appearing in a series of Mrs. Brown plays in the United Kingdom and Ireland outside of Ireland. The stage show go its big break at Pavilion Theatre, Glasgow, where manager Lane Gordon liked O'Carroll's idea and decided to put it on. But the show didn't sell, and O'Carroll suggested a 2-for-1 ticket deal, after which the show became a hit. For the next 7 years, 2 different Mrs. Brown's Boys shows were on for up to 3 weeks at a time. The pavilion became known as the home of Mrs. Brown. There was also occasional video releases of the live theater audience theatrical versions of the 7 plays adapted from the original series features. These tours versions of the features are the video series referred as to a live tour show, not to be confused with the live BBC / RTE TV broadcast episodes. In 2009, O'Carroll was approached by BBC Scotland producer Stephen McCrum to create a television series based on the stage show. O'Carroll recreated an expanded cast mainly for the family members and wrote a pilot. but production was held back a year due to the Jonathan Ross and Russell Brand incident. The unbroadcast pilot was created in November 2009, and within 3 weeks of the pilot being submitted to the BBC, they commenced a full series. Subsequently, RTE came on board to help produce the series in partnership with the BBC. The first series aired on RTE 1 from 1 January to 5 February 2011 in the United Kingdom. The BBC transmitted the first episode on 21st February 2011. Following the success of the first series, RTE and BBC commenced a second, which began with a Christmas special broadcast on 25th of December 2011 on RTE 1, the next day on BBC 1. The later one was the most watched television program in Ireland over the Christmas season. The second series became on New Year's Eve 2011 in Ireland, and 2 days later in the United Kingdom. The BBC commenced the third series in November 2011, a few weeks ago, before the second series was broadcast. O'Carroll described the commission as an extraordinary gift, and we genuinely don't take it lightly. We overwhelmed with the support of the audience, and hopefully when they see we've done the second series, they'll see that maybe the BBC is not totally mad. Willis Cheryl Taylor, Controller Comedy Commissioning for the BBC, has also been commented on the commission of a third series. The new Mrs. Brown's episode are rip-roaring fun, and we delight her overgrowing army of fans. I am pleased as punch that we are commissioning Series 3, Go Agnes. Following the two Christmas specials, the third series began on 29 December 2012 on RTE 1, and on 1 January 2013 on BBC 1. The BBC are expecting Christmas specials up to 2020. According to Gary Hollywood, who plays Dino, on a radio interview, Mrs. Brown's Boys Christmas special for the year 2013 will be recorded in May 2013. Due to a busy schedule of the UK touring and the potential filming the Mrs. Brown film, due to the cinematic release in June 2014, from September to November 2013. On the 30th of January 2013, the BBC in January 2015, O'Carroll denied rumors that the series is ending, stating, "There is absolutely no truth in the story. I am not writing any more Mrs. Brown's Boys. However, there are no plans for a full series in the near future." Christmas specials for 2015 and 2016 are planned, and the BBC are expecting Christmas specials up until 2020. And then Mrs. Brown's Boys is recorded at the BBC Pacific Quay Studios in Glasgow, Scotland, and is recorded in front of a live audience, which is seen at the beginning and at the end of each show, which is a fictional storyline on the basis of each episode. The program uses a lazy fairy style in which areas beyond the set, including equipment and crew, are sometimes seen as aspects of the show production and lampooned within the fictional dialogue. The show takes a more irregular concept as bloopers, such as characters getting lines wrong or corpsing in set camera and prop faults are not edited out of the episodes. At the beginning of each episode, Agnes Brown breaks the fourth wall with an introductory monologue. Each episode ends with Agnes Brown again breaking the fourth wall to say goodbye as the credits roll. The camera pulls out to see the audience and the cast entire episode lining up to take a bow. The final of every series so far has ended with a music performance by the cast, Who's a Pretty Mummy, and ended with a performance of Auld Lang Syne, complete with bagpipes. So that's all I know about Mrs. Brown's Boys.